and welcome back to our third episode of Tavern Watch Plays Rebel Scum, a game about fighting back against jackbooted fascist thugs in space. My name is Phil Ulrich, and I'll continue to be your GM for this episode. Let's just run through our colorful cast of characters here, starting at the top with Chris.
Hey, I am Chris. I am playing Varin Jayne, our human Corellian smuggler who totally hasn't shot a bunch of people this entire...
Very cinematic cutaways for each one of them. Next up, I think we saw a new side of him last time, Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe Perez, and I am playing the lovable, and I'm saying that with a air quote around it, former minor bot turned rebellion. I don't even know what the word to call me, but I was a darker side last time. YHA-U, otherwise known as Yeehaw to his friends. We're just doing some stuff that may have required a content warning last episode. It's fine.
Yep. Next up, the person who has to handle putting the content warnings on things, Liz Harper.
Hello, I am playing Mia, who is a totally ordinary mechanic who just is coincidentally here and is definitely not a rebel spy.
Not at all. Doesn't definitely parlay that into advantage on every roll either. Next up, Matt.
Hi, I'm sparing you me screaming in Shrywook. I'm playing the Orphan, a Jedi, sorta like an kind of a Padawan who never quite graduated. Got my face burned off somewhere, had a lot of bad stuff happen. Now I'm here fighting the Empire because, yes, that sounds like a good idea.
It's a positive thing to do. And last but not least, Mitch.
Howdy, I am playing TB-WN2. I am a reformed killbot, and I am here to fight some space Nazis.
Alrighty. We had a lot happen last time. Yeehaw, do you want to give us a rundown on what happened during episode 2 for people who might have missed it or forgot?
Oh boy. We wound up getting on planet and discovering that Jinro had been suspected of being, rebel. Had been essentially picked up by the Imperials, taken to their hidden moon base, and in their place was Gleb, or Greg, however you want to call it, who was not exactly the nicest of folks to the miners here on the planet, and was very much pro-Imperial. So we decided that we were going to show up and pretend to be Imperials, well, a couple of us were, while some of us, mainly me, went ahead to the mines to start trying to incite a riot. We figured that if we could incite the riot, we could get Bleg by himself, and then go ahead and get the information of where Jinro is, how long he's been missing, and try to get him back. There may have been some broken bones and appendages here and there, but what's a little pain between enemies? It's fine.
It's just a couple. He didn't need those bones.
Nope. No, you guys did great. That is all correct. And I think now we probably... is there anything else that you all want to take care of while you're on?
Well, I want to make sure we get out of here before those 4 guys I dropped crates on get out of the crates.
Yeah, I think you can. I think that can be safely handled. If you want to kind of give me some kind of roll to ensure that they don't, like, whether it's like a move roll to ensure you're hustling everybody fast enough, or if you want to do something to them.
Let's go more with putting more stuff on the crates to make them harder to lift, like all the other crates.
Okay.
Just bury them.
Bury them and stuff. Give me a might roll.
Okay, I'm gonna go with telekinesis again.
I can help with this. I'm a lifter.
Do you want to do it then? I mean, I don't think there's no help move here, is there?
There's not, but you can both give me a roll with advantage.
I got an 8. For a bot, that's a success.
I'm doing might.
Yes, with advantage.
I got a 7 and a 9, but I don't have a 9 because it's a D8, so I think it's a 6. Yes, 7 and a 6. Okay.
Okay, so you both succeeded. Tell me how you pile enough stuff on these guys that they're going to be stuck in these crates for a while.
I'm assuming that Yeehaw is doing something like just pushing over like a big load of ore or something on them?
I'm arranging it so that if they don't do this exactly correctly, even more boxes will tumble down upon them. I am making this the most cursed Jenga I possibly can for these bootlickers.
Oh, okay, heavy metal mousetrap.
Yep.
While he's doing that, this is a mine. Do they do any kind of processing here, or is it just a straight up mine?
Ooh, I think there are probably smelting facilities further down.
Okay, I'm going to look for a large, basically a crucible, like a big giant bucket full of metal that gets heated, and I'm going to hang it on top of his Jenga tower.
Okay.
So that if his
man.
Jenga tower comes down, this thing is going to land
It will
on
end
it.
badly.
Yes.
You know, if anybody has ever seen any Star Wars movie, we know that none of these workplaces are OSHA compliant. Yeah, I think there's absolutely just a crucible full of metal you can find ready for these guys.
Up.
That's
so
perfect.
It's balanced on top. We have a moment where we're like, oh God. No, it's good. It's okay. So it's currently just up there.
The worst Minecraft.
Yeah.
Also, I believe you spent your star at one point. I believe you can go ahead and take it back for your actions over the last couple of couple of episodes.
Sure. So new star. Okay. Click.
Okay.
So here's a question:
So, yeah,
do I happen to get one for my cursed actions from last session, where it was definitely an expression of self?
You
had one,
I think you still had your previous one, and stars are
one
binary resource. Yep. Have or don't have. So don't worry about spending them. You can get one back by helping to dismantle the machine of the Empire. Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything before you all get out of here? Yeehaw and the Orphan have very much covered your trail here.
I just want to make sure we get out of here safely.
Easy peasy at this point.
Yeah, don't go near that.
Yeah, just don't touch the giant trap they made. And
just keep walking.
Yeah, just keep walking. You can easily catch the shuttle back into town and get to your ship, which was, again, at a landing pad in Vornak, the closest and only town on this planet. And you can be strapped in and headed towards Secret Imperial Moon Base. Jode made a funny voice of it, but it's literally Secret Imperial Moon Base. Yeah.
Here's a question. Do we think we have maybe any codes that might authorize us to land at Secret Imperial Moon Base?
Friendship, I reckon, will get us through this.
Friendship.
Well, yeah, we've got that. That's between us. We're friends, so we're gonna fight our way through this. But friendship and maybe also a way for them not to shoot us out of the sky.
Yeah, plan would
the
probably
power
be good.
Of friendship, to be clear.
It's a good
yeah. I would say so. All Imperials carry something called a code cylinder on them. I would say that maybe, obviously, you could probably try to interface it into a landing code if you wanted to give me an intel roll of some kind. While the
an
ship
intel roll.
And in this case, since you are working on the ship while it's taking off, you also get to roll the ship's die.
Do I get to roll at advantage, or is it just
you get to roll with advantage for your edge? I don't think the ship's jammers or armor plating come into play here, so it'd be 2d4 plus a d6.
Fail this, that will be very.
That's a 3, a 2, and a 5. So I think I have 2 successes.
Yep. All you needed was a single success. That works. Yeah. You. So while Varin is getting this thing fired up, and you all are taking off back into space, presumably to leave this planet forever, because as I recall, your cover was ordinary freighter dropping stuff off. You
totally ordinary.
Yeah, you managed to kind of overwrite your previous landing code with what appears, for all intents and purposes, to be a valid Imperial officer one. It will probably only work once, so make it count.
Well, we're doing this. We're going in and out. I'm not planning on coming back to this moon, so let's go.
Yeah, luckily you thought of that before I could throw a dogfight at you. So as you approach Adon, which is tidally locked to the other side of Salient II from where you approached, yeah, it is a small, dark, airless moon. And you're kind of doing an air pass of it. No one really questions you because if their ships ping yours, it just shows up as an Imperial freighter. The Empire does use these, or excuse me, as a Corvette. The Empire does use these from time to time, so it's not drawing any real attention. And you do find
these used to be ships before the war, so yeah.
Yeah, the CR-90 is like a workhorse of a ship. Been around forever. I think everyone on every side of every conflict has used one at this point. And you find set into the moon, like you're just scanning it. It just looks like a boring gray, sphere. And then you find like a smooth, like an ingot-shaped base. I've lost the word for what shape an ingot of metal is, but kind of like that set into the moon's surface, and you are almost certain that is the place you're looking for. So it's because of Mia's role, it's very easy for you all to land here if you want. Alternately, you probably have equipment for working in a vacuum. You could try to land somewhere else and walk to the moon base, but that seems a little riskier. I'll leave it up to you all what you want to do.
I did my move. Someone else, go for it.
I say we just go straight for it.
I think blasting in and blasting out's probably the best idea.
All right, so we're going for the straightforward approach. Sounds good. Okay, so you land your ship in the kind of a circular slot kind of opens up on the top, and you can just kind of bring your ship down nice and easy for a landing in the base. Closes over top of you, and you're inside. What do you do next? You can easily see from just looking outside that yes, this is this base does have what looks like several regiments of stormtroopers. You see some other Imperial officers around. This will probably come to a firefight at this point. The second you step outside and are obviously not Imperials. I will remind you that a couple of you did have Imperial uniforms, but a few of you are not going to be able to fake it. So what would you like to do next?
If we're at the point where we're going to have a big fight, then now is the time I want to get flashy.
I think before we get off the ship, we need to start using the jammer to jam their any sort of distress sequence or anything like that.
I can do that. I assume I can do that. I can roll for that.
I would assume you can do that. Yeah, you can do that while you're still on the ship.
Use the ship's jammer.
Yes. So, and yes, this is a spy thing. So now you're rolling with double advantage. Give me 2d4 plus 2d6. And you're looking for a 1, 2, or 3.
So much advantage.
So many advantage.
Let's see. That's well, I did get a 2. All of the other ones are significantly higher than 2. So
that is wild. Okay, yeah, the two succeeds. And you don't hear anything obvious. Nobody really notices it right away, but your ship is kind of exuding a signal that is jamming outgoing communication to the space. Aid on base is cut off at this point. I believe the orphan wanted to get flashy now.
Those jammers are only going to last so long before they notice we're here.
Yep.
What we need to find out is where they're keeping Genro, how fast we can get them, and then we need to get out of here.
Okay, my question is, I was told that we have, they're going to attack us as soon as we come out. That's as soon as the ship is landing, they're going to attack us. Is that correct?
Once you start leaving the ship and are obviously not supposed to be there yet.
So I want to literally do the things Jedi do with telekinesis and just kind of jump off the ship before it lands and just do that landing thing they do. You saw it in the first prequel where they just zoom around.
The 3-point hero stance, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really cool looking because you are a Wookiee.
Yeah, and then when they're all assumably now fixated on me, I stand up, pop the lightsabers, do a big scream in Shriwilyak where I'm actually saying, "Look at me, dumbasses!" And as they're doing that, I am going to try to use the force to literally deflect blaster bolts.
Alrighty. Yeah, so that's a blaster's roll. If you have an applicable edge, go for it.
Telekinesis, force, using the force to do it.
Okay.
Although I have sword fighter too, I could just do it. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
I think sword fighter fits better in this case.
Yeah.
Is you're doing the cool the blade
the
reflect thing.
lightsaber parrying. So,
Yep.
All right, 2d8. I'm trying to roll between a 4 and a 7.
That's correct.
Well, one of those was a 1, but the other was definitely a 7. So.
Yeah, so both of those are actually successes because remember the 1 is your key value.
Oh,
It's
right.
as long as
Yeah.
it's something that your class can do, which as the Jedi, the Ronin, you definitely can do. We're gonna do something we haven't done before. We're gonna roll for effect. Roll me a d8 to see how many of these shots land home, and if you roll an 8, your die explodes.
My die explodes?
Yes, it will. It means it keeps rolling and adds to the 8. So let's.
Okay. That is in fact an 8.
Okay, roll again.
Do I just keep rolling 8s? Like it?
Yep. If you get another 8, you roll again. You keep rolling until you don't get 8s, and we add them all together.
No, it's a 6 this time.
Okay, 14 is a lot of troopers to take out, but as the ship is sinking sinking onto the landing pad, the legs are coming out, the pneumatics are kicking in. You are on the ground, and every eye is on this Wookiee Jedi who just landed and immediately aced 14 of these. Probably everyone that would reasonably be in and around the hangar with their own blaster fire. Everyone else, when you go to step out of the ship, it's the orphan and a pile of smoking bodies.
Oh, I did not expect this. Okay, good job.
I give you a nod.
All right. What's next? What do you all want to do? I believe Varin suggested prioritizing finding Jinro and getting him out of here.
Yeah, I would. I think that's the play, unless anybody disagrees.
Could I run to the nearest terminal and pull up a map of the station and see where we should probably go?
You sure could, R2. I mean, Mia. But yes, go ahead and interface with it. That'll be an intel roll.
An advantage?
Yes. Yes.
Intel is almost always your thing.
Yep.
I know. I rolled a 2 and a 4, so
perfect. Yeah. So you find a map of the base. It's fairly sparse. There's the usual things you might expect from something that has to house soldiers. There's the bay you're in. There's a barracks. There's a canteen. There's a pressure. And then there's a facility that's just kind of a round room that's marked as monitoring, and then a smaller room off of it that is the Moff's personal quarters. You don't see anywhere that obviously says like prison. So you're guessing they're probably keeping him in whatever monitoring is.
That's the mystery space. So
that is the mystery space. All right. What's anybody else doing here?
For as much as I hate to say we should split the party because it's never a good idea.
No, we definitely should not. We're already in Twilight.
You were on the low end of Twilight. You can split the party twice, but I will remind you that one of the other things that triggers Twilight moving forward is a named enemy appears for the first time. And so far,
we know there's at least one on this base that we are going to run into.
So far, Luca Desic has not appeared on camera yet, but it's bound to happen unless you get really lucky somehow.
Yeah, I'm going to say we stick together.
Yeah, we should not split at this point.
What's your next move then, though?
I guess we can start heading towards monitoring, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go, try to go a little bit ahead, and if anybody with a blaster shows up, I'm going to try to basically stop them from shooting us.
I think that's probably going to happen just about everywhere you go, because at this point, blaster fire has been heard in the shuttle bay. Yeah,
makes sense.
So yeah, you start heading so you're probably moving away from the barracks though, which would be smart. Next stop going the other way would be the let's say the canteen.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of troops here. Maybe just poking their head out. So, they're finishing lunch, kind of looking outside. Huh? What was that noise? Looking out to see all of you heading down the hallway towards them. 2 more troopers pop out. Hey, you can't be here.
Bash.
I heard a bash. Who's bashing?
Yep, I'm literally gonna try to clonk one.
All right, give me a blasters roll.
Okay, that is a 6.
That is a successful violence.
Bonk.
You just barrel right through. Roll for effect for yours as well. If you get anything over a 2, you're just barreling right through both of these guys.
What am I rolling? A D10, D8?
Oh, sorry. It's whatever your die is.
Ah. Well, that's a 4. So yeah, both.
That does it.
Clonk.
Yeah, you just kind of. I was gonna say, do you just like clap these 2 guys' heads together?
Yeah, right. Like it's like the little dwarf bot like puts both of his arms out like it's gonna run for a clothesline, jumps up at the end and just bangs their heads together.
Bong. Yeah, they just slide to the ground. If this was a more cartoony version, you would definitely see stars around their heads. They sink to the ground outside the canteen. Looking inside, don't see any prisoners in the canteen. Next is, like I said, you said you guys were avoiding the barracks. So next, unless you want to check in the communal station bathroom, monitoring is your next stop.
Pretty sure they don't keep him in the bathroom. But...
Probably not. Just a good guess. Yeah. So this base kind of forms kind of a rough square, and you open the door to monitoring, which is kind of on the end of the base, and it's a round room. The center and the outside. Excuse me, not the center and the outside. The outside of the room, the perimeter of the room, is taken up by communications equipment, both in and out. You can see that currently a lot of them are reporting some kind of error message. And there is a uniformed Imperial officer kind of smacking one of the keys, like, I don't get it, sir. I can't get anything in or out. And there is someone that you recognize in the dress uniform of a Moff leaning over his shoulder going, well, try harder. This network is state of the art. One of us, yes, Moff. And you have now encountered, as I attempt to turn this die to a 5 and fail, Moff Luka Desic, who is kind of an older man, white skin, very pale white hair. And he has not noticed that you all barged into the room right this second, because he's busy trying to find out what all the reports of firefights on the base are about. But it's not going to be long before all of you run in and you have his attention. What would you
I get to do my cool things. I want somebody else to get to go.
You do. I'll also tell you the other things you see in this room. There are 2 chairs in the center of the room that look like those chairs the Imperials use when they are attempting to extract information out of people. Each of them contains a human male, one a little younger than the other. Both kind of bear the rough-looking life of a minor has taken its toll on both of them. Also, the fact that being held into Imperial base and interrogated is not helping. You can presume that these are probably the 2 people you're looking for.
I would like to go over and help one or both of them, depending on how close they are.
All right. Yeah, you kind of clank your way over there. I think the sound of droid footsteps hitting the metal floor causes Desic to turn around and goes, "Hey, droid, don't touch those 2. We haven't gotten any intel out of them yet."
Okay. I will just continue not touching them a little closer.
And he kind of tilts his head. He's like, "Mouthy droids, you're about due for a wipe, aren't you?"
How many people are in this room besides Desic and the 2 guys in the chairs? There's like at least one other Imperial. How many more?
Yeah, there's one guy who's basically like Desic's secretary, and then Desic, 2 prisoners, and then 5 of.
So I want to do the cool thing.
Okay, do the cool thing.
So as Varin is coming around the corner of the door and he sees the Moff, yeah, there's no hesitation here. This is instant blaster up and firing, and I'm burning my shining star because to burn to succeed when the result frees someone.
Yep. I don't even think any justification's required for this one. Anybody else?
No, I'm definitely thinking he should be able to do that.
Makes sense to me. It frees prisoners. It frees technically most of the system, because this is the Empire's hand here. This is control. Yeah, I think you roll into this room and you just pop them off. He's not expecting it. Roll for effect.
Oh, that's a 6.
Okay. Keep going because it explodes.
And another 6, and then a 4.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say if you rolled low, maybe you kind of have him on the run, but I think at that high of an effect, there's no question. Like you run, like Varin rolls into the room and just kill shot. The moth slumps back against the console that he was leaning over, and the guy next to him kind of turns around and goes, "Ah!" and like
I'll just force slam
smacks
him.
a button. Yeah.
I'll just force slam him into the wall before he can do anything.
Okay. He's gonna hit one He's gonna hit a panel
He-
very
I guess
fast.
he gets
So hit
the button.
blasters roll.
I'm sure he'll get the
Yeah.
button, but whatever.
I mean, it depends on the outcome of this blasters roll.
It's a 7 on blades, so technically a success.
Okay. His hand goes for the control, and I think maybe you grab him by the hand with your telekinesis and just like yank him away from the console before he can, sound the alarm to go, "Hey, they're in here." And he just goes across the room. Wilhelm screams his way across the room and slams into the opposite wall.
None of that.
Yeah. So it's suddenly very quiet in here, other than there's kind of a there is still an alarm going off indicating shots fired in the shuttle bay. But
I'm going to turn to Mia and say in Shrywiok, maybe you could convince them we're someplace else in the base.
I'm gonna rush to the terminal. Someone to free those two. Get them out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to go help with that.
I think me and TB are already going to do that.
Yeah.
I would like to try and set off an alarm somewhere not in the shuttle bay.
Okay. I said you've got a choice between the barracks, the canteen, and the bathroom, basically. Please send
Barracks
everyone
is the
to
one place we didn't go.
Barracks is the one place you didn't go. They're probably already there, so trying to set off an alarm to convince people that there's an intruder in the barracks will be a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
I know your least favorite thing. You'd have to roll an unmodified roll.
I have to
Canteen?
admit the bathroom probably makes more sense than the canteen.
Actually, okay, hang on. I'm thinking, could I overload some electronics in the barracks that might cause an explosion? That would make them go, "Oh no, there was something happening in the barracks."
Yes. So I think from here you would have access to the door locking mechanism, so you can override any door locks in the base. I think if you wanted to cause their lock to explode, with an intel roll, with advantage, you could try and do that.
Or you could just lock them in.
Or you just lock them in. Or you could explode them.
Explosion.
I really want to explode them.
I don't blame you.
So yes. That's a 3 and a 2, so I think I'm okay here.
Yeah, that's a success and also a success on either die. So yeah, you can't hear it from here, but you do see that the status of the lock. It's like barracks lock active, barracks lock active, danger, and then the barracks locking mechanism goes offline. So you can assume that you have succeeded. Behind you, I believe. Sorry, go ahead.
Could I, while I am here, make it look like Greg's command codes, like whatever code that identified Greg?
I like how we're just calling him Greg now. His name is Bleg. So you want to make it seem like Bleg did this?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, just accept his name is Greg Shippo, man. I don't know why you are you fighting us on this.
Greg Bleg, the Gamorrean foreman. Yes, go ahead and give me an intel roll. I am going to have you roll this one at disadvantage because they all think Bleg is an idiot who's not capable of this. But it just offsets your regular advantage, so you're just rolling 1d4.
But he's obviously a rebel spy.
He obviously is. Dang it! You set that up. All right, roll with advantage. Trying to make your life hard for once.
Well, I rolled I rolled a single dice and I got a 1, which is my key, which should be a success.
It is a success. You did it. You did it.
This
This is actually even more appropriate because this isn't something you're doing because you're a spy. This is something you're doing because you are a rebel. So you know how to fake rebel activity. You plant some evidence here. I would say maybe like fake recon reports from like people who'd been monitoring Blagg's comms because you know they were doing that. That just makes it look like Blag was the head of a secret rebel cell the whole time.
I'm going to help the droids get the two out of the chair and carry them.
Yeah,
probably me and Yeehaw are the best for carrying things.
I mean, I don't know. TB has given up his life of killing. He's probably up for a life of helping carry.
All right, well, if the two of them want to carry him, that's fine. I can keep my lightsabers out.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not too terribly hard, I would say, to take them out of these chairs, deactivate them, unstrap them. And they're a little jumpy because, one of you looks like a killbot. But Jinro and his husband Varlo both are, they kind of look around and then they see the Moff slumped on the wall behind them. Are you here for us? Are you with the rebellion?
Well, yes.
Oh, so our message did get through. Okay.
Well, no. We were sent to because you failed to check in and we didn't know what happened to you. So now we know what happened to you. And
he kind of massages his scalp. He's like, I guess I got their routing set up before I could send it.
So that's not a problem anymore. They're going to be looking at somebody else.
Mia's at the console.
Husband. He's like, who?
Let's just
Mia's at the console. Just
go ahead, Mia.
Like continuing to type and just looks over her shoulder. Blarg, of course. He's
We will not get your name correct, sir.
I gave this guy the simplest, stupidest one-syllable name. We're fine with
whatever.
Jinro Uldane, but I got Blag. Nope. Blarg. Oh god. So yeah. Mia successfully ruined Blag's life back there,
and the miners will be
he was a jerk.
The miners will be a lot happier too. They've got 2 new targets to worry about, and they'll be untangling that for a while. We should probably get you out of here, though.
Yeah, Jinro's kind of rubbing his fist. He says, "Yeah, I go back down there. He says they don't know the power they hold, and I want to make sure that these workers, organize. We're working for ourselves now."
I look over. Show them the feed.
I'll pull up any footage I can get from the planet to show off what's going on.
I think you have the camera feed from where you were, because you had the comms unit that Blag was using, like near the door, I guess, and so they can see the footage firsthand of where the orphan takes Blag outside and just tosses him to the crowd of miners, and then Blag disappears, and you just see a smile spread across Jinro's face, and his husband kind of hug each other, and they're like, one step closer, right?
At this point, my entire mindset is on clearing a path to the ship. So I've now I'm not leaving the group, but I'm getting ahead of them. So if anything comes at us, I'm ready to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forgot to have this. I forgot to have this happen. Liz, go ahead and roll for effect for me to see how effective that door lock explodey thing was.
Ooh. Okay, so that's a D4. I rolled a 3.
Okay. Let's see how many troops were left on base for you to block. Okay. Yeah. So I think out in the hallway it is almost eerily silent after the way you came in. You can vaguely hear sounds of alarm in the direction of the barracks. So not going that way seems pretty straightforward. If you head back the way you came, and it sounds like the orphan is taking the lead on this.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get back to the shuttle bay, you can see that there are 5 fairly confused looking but still with their weapons ready to fire at anything that moves. Troopers, all that stands between you and Jinro's freedom.
I am advancing on them.
Okay. They're going to turn and fire on you first. Make me a blaster's save, please. And if you are deflecting the shots,
sword fighting.
make it an advantage. Yep.
2 7s.
Perfect. Yeah, they don't touch you. They don't get anywhere near you. Even if they didn't have stormtrooper aim, you just effortlessly swat every shot aside with your punch sabers.
Yeah, basically. They're basically Shoto. Functionally, they're just small lightsabers.
And it's up to you. What do you want to do to these guys?
Right now, I'm trying to make sure they're firing at me, which I assume is what's happening. When I get to them, I'm going to do the usual 1 second I'm 20 feet away from them. The next second I'm right there in them. And I just begin swiping. Like it's not an elegant technique. It's Atreyu. It's just murder. It's the Anakin with the younglings stance. That's exactly the moves he used. It's that. I'm just killing them.
Those references are all for you, nerds. Go ahead and roll me a blaster's roll with advantage because this is definitely your sword fighter edge.
That's a 4 and a 6. Those are both
okay.
Either of those would be a 6.
Yeah, that they're both a success. Roll for effect for me.
8.
Every soldier falls before the orphan. 8 and 2. Yeah, every soldier falls before the orphan twice, which I guess is symbolic of you having them all.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's carnage. Like you mentioned, Anakin versus the younglings. They're that level of unprepared for even an untrained, not untrained, ungraduated Jedi.
I mean,
especially,
I don't have all the good stuff like mind tricks, but this stuff I know.
You got violence.
Yeah.
And you use it well. Your path is clear. Everybody else comes in behind the orphan, and he's just handling the problem. Easily usher Jinro onto the ship. Is there anything you all would like to do next as you presumably take Jinro home? I guess you guys want to do that? I haven't checked.
Yeah,
if he wants to go home, we're taking him home.
I don't think he can go home, right? Like, I mean...
No, because he'd be the head of an active uprising, but that's what we want, right?
Well, I guess
isn't that what he wanted to continue to keep these workers aware of their own power and controlling the minds themselves?
Yeah, if asked about it, that is what he wants.
Okay.
And we have framed someone else thoroughly as the spy if Imperials come looking.
Fair enough.
Also true. Yeah, he'll explain also that it was about a week ago that he was basically bagged and tagged off the off the mine and brought up here. They tried getting any info about the rebellion out of him, and he managed to play dumb for several days. And then they brought his husband up as well, not long after. They both managed to hold out, but he kind of looks over at Varl and he's like, I can't stand seeing him in pain. You all got here just in time. He says, so yeah.
I put my hand on his shoulder and say something really, really consoling that just sounds like
and he kind of looks up at you and goes, thanks, that means a lot, I think. He kind of looks at the rest of you.
I got no idea.
It does mean a lot.
Yeah.
It really does.
Okay. So I think if no one tries to talk him out of it, what Varlo wants to do is continue organizing the workers here to stand on their own. And once they're their own group, which doesn't seem like it'll be too hard at this point after the groundwork that Yeehal put in, that they would be willing to negotiate with the rebellion for fairer terms and valuable supplies, since in about a year, not that he knows this, but in about a year, the rebellion will be setting up a base on a very inhospitable planet, and you need materials for a thing like that. Is there anything you all would like to do as you return Jinro back home?
No, I mean I can't think of anything. Go ahead.
Oh, I will turn into a cube again, just because I don't think Jinro or his husband have seen that yet, and I'm very proud of it.
Okay, please roll move to do your favorite trick.
And again, the ship does not help here.
No.
The ship beeps. The ship beeps encouragingly, but cannot actually assist you.
It's actually just Varin flipping a switch to make it beep. The ship is not sentient.
I flew too close to the sun and I did not roll successfully.
He turns into a dodecahedron.
I was going to say you turn into a dodecahedron and kind of roll yourself across the ground.
I accept my fate.
It looks very silly. I don't think we get a danger or anything for it. But yeah, you kind of roll across the inside of the ship, and he's like, "That's a cool trick."
Pretty impressive, right?
Yeah. He shoots you the thumbs up that he definitely means. They're very happy to be off the ship. Weird dice robot. Yeah, I think you do see as you land back at your same landing pad, like the people who were there. Remember, there were a couple stormtroopers there who were basically acting as kind of like customs. You see them kind of off to the side, like where they had a conversation set up. They're both kind of like tapping, trying to get like any update on why inbound Imperial communications have been severed. Kind of looking at each other confused. They honestly don't even see you land. So it's very easy for Jinro and Varlo to kind of get out right behind them. Is there anything else you all would like to do here on this planet?
Out of respect for TB, I'm not going to kill those guys.
Oh, my robotic heart.
I mean, unless you want me to, because you sounded disappointed. I can go over there.
No, I'm touched. That's all. It's not disappointment. I'm just very moved.
All right. I don't want to upset you.
Meanwhile, we have to start worrying about the orphan becoming way more dark side.
Yeah,
not really.
Yeah,
I'm already kind of there.
You have done a lot of killing today, so there is a little bit of concern there. For your.
I mean, to be fair, even like Jedi, when they pull the blades out, they just kill people. Even Obi-Wan did. It's it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's
alrighty.
You don't draw a weapon unless you're intending to use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Phil.
Right,
thanks.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Varn or Yeehall don't have any unfinished business here, then I believe the crew of the Furious Tooka takes off from Salient II and gets the heck out of here to their next mission.
Mia having successfully framed Blarg for everything.
Yes, Blorg is definitely going to pay the price.
Yeah, take that, Blake.
I love that there's probably there's a bunch of aliases now under his name.
He does, but they're all terrible.
Yeah. Bleg, alias Blarg, alias Greg, alias Greg Shippo, alias Blig.
Phil, thank you very much for running this for us. Fantastic job as always. Thank you to our players for showing up. Fun as always. I'm happy you were able to get a little bit of Mitch. Not nearly as much Chaos Mitch as I'm used to. So, I mean,
I tried to play it less chaotic.
I appreciated that. I noted it. Like, I'm just calling it out for those at home as like I'm giving you a sticker.
Mitch tried to pitch me. Mitch tried to pitch me as his name being the bot with no name.
I know. I read this.
And he still did it. He still did it. TB did it.
He still did it, but he made it in character, so I'm begrudgingly okay with it. But yeah, Mitch, it's been great to have you. Obviously, I've run for these guys before, but it'd be really cool to run for you too in the future. Thanks everybody for playing. I want to tell you a little bit more. I want to tell you a little bit more about our game before we get out of here. This was us playing Rebel Scum. I said an anti-fascist space opera, aka Star Wars, with the serial numbers filed off. It is yet another polymorph-powered game by Ninth Level Games.
Ironically, it works really well as just a straight-up Star Wars game using the Star Wars setting. It works pretty effectively.
Yeah, you can really play it either way you want. If you just want to play Star Wars, this game runs a perfectly serviceable Star Wars game. If you want to play with their included setting, which they have, it's a little on the nose, but it does a perfectly good job of just letting you and your friends roll some dice and kick some space Nazis in the face. And really, isn't that what we all want at the end of the day? So you can search for 9th level games on your search engine of choice. I believe it's 9th level, 9thlevel.com, and get your own copy in print and PDF. Anybody got anything else to say before we wrap it up and get out of here?
No, thanks everybody for listening.
And thanks everybody for playing. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Blizzard Watch is made possible due to the generous contributions at patreon.com/BlizzardWatch. Your continued support means that this podcast site and community is able to thrive and grow. Blizzard Watch supporters enjoy exclusive benefits like early access to the podcast, a better chance at having your question answered on our podcast, or the queue in an ads-free site experience. We'll see you next time.